Cancers, welcome into your March monthly reading. How are you all doing? I hope you are well. Hope you are faring with the 2026 energies. It's definitely been a crazy 2026. A lot has been going on. It definitely has proven to be everything that we thought it would be and more. Whether you want to see it as good or bad, but I mean, again, it's just showing us the change that's occurring. Like, things are changing. And even if we're kind of at this place where we're like, is it really going to change? Like, how much will it change? I think, I mean, we still have the whole rest of the year. Yes, we're in March. It just seemed like yesterday I was sitting here in December, right? Talking about December energies and talking about what's coming the beginning of 2026. And it's like we've kind of gone through some of the biggest energies. Like, I just couldn't wait for February to really see what February brought, because February was that huge cosmic reset, right? On February 20th, that Neptune-Saturn conjunction at 0 degrees Aries. And it really just happened, right? Like, you know, we're sitting here in this readings for March, but I'm doing this reading the end of February. So it just happened. So it's like, obviously, it's not like life's going to change, you know, 1,000 times in one day. It kind of is that push the button of the reset, and it's like, okay, allowing it to reset, and then it's going to kind of, it's almost like restarting our computer, but when we restart it, but it's going to take some time, right, for the change to really, for the true effect of this energy to kind of unfold and what that really looks like. But February was definitely one of the bigger astrological, like, aspecting months. The next one is going to be April's going to be big, and then July. So March, kind of what I've been kind of looking at the astrology and listening to all the different people talk about March. It's kind of almost like a little break after February. I mean, we still have some things here, right? The beginning of the month is we're coming out of the eclipse season. We do have that total lunar eclipse on March 3rd, so that's going to be pretty intense. Eclipse energy is about radical change as well. So it's kind of, we still have that next punch of energy, of change energy. We are in Pisces season, and we'll move to Aries at the end of the month. And then we have the spring equinox, which to me is pretty big as well. That's the true start of the new year from a nature standpoint. And really biologically, I mean, that's what our bodies go by. That's what the earth goes by, like the tides, you know, everything goes by the 13-month cycle, and also the new year of being the spring equinox. So they've kind of set up this structure in our human world that really goes against everything that's natural. And we wonder why, right? They are really trying to disconnect us and kind of break us off the natural cycle to create disturbances within the mind and the body. And we wonder why slowly we've just came to a place of all this disconnection, not being in tune with our bodies. Our bodies are obviously continuing to call out to us through disease, through illness, through discomfort, and distortion of like, hey, you know, you're doing things that goes against what your body needs and your mind needs and your soul needs. So, but we're awakening now, right? We're all awakening more to this reality. And when we can see the distortion, we can start to change and do things differently. All right, Cancers, let's get started here. I'm going to start with some oracle. We have adventure and broken heart. So what I'm kind of seeing here is I feel like you went through something. I feel like the broken heart is what's kind of motivating you to like expand, to adventure, to maybe there's a trip that that you've been kind of you know, not sure about, but something really happened where you're like, now I feel like this is pushing me to do that, because it's like you almost need something. You need something to kind of, sometimes it is the broken heart that really finally pushes us to take some risks or make a change or to go out and do something that we wouldn't normally do. Protection and blossoming abundance here. So I do feel like, of course, the protection card to me always says that you are being protected right now. But for Cancers, I kind of feel like you've kind of been hiding out. It's maybe your way of coping with this broken heart. And also like the winter season, we tend to kind of hibernate a bit more, go into more of a hermit mode. But this card here is this caveman in the cave kind of hiding out. It's his form of protection, right, from the elements and from the predators and the things out in the world. And I do feel like you've kind of maybe been in that mode. And it does have something to do with what you've been going through. But look at this, blossoming abundance, which to me kind of represents, again, we're going into spring now this month. And I feel like as we move into spring, your Cancers are going to really start seeing a shift in your life. And it's almost like your life is going to really be a reflection of what's happening in nature. With things are going to start blossoming. New things are opening up for you. There's going to be more abundance coming in. And I think this is going to be a really abundant month for you Cancers. So loving that. And maybe this month, maybe you are going out on some sort of adventure for some of you. Maybe you have a trip planned. Maybe there's something, an opportunity that falls in your lap. And I would definitely say take it. If it's something that you're like, oh, this is a pretty big trip, or this is expensive, or it's something that I wouldn't normally do, I think there's a reason that you have to, get out into the world more right now. All right, these all flew out, so I'm going to take them all. We have the Magician, Six of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Six of Wands flew out. So yeah, like I feel like you're getting your groove back. You're getting your power back. And it's kind of, again, in line with spring blossoming. I think you're starting to feel more that the seeds you planted, it's kind of just like the Midas touch for some reason. I'm getting that today with the Magician. Like you have the Midas touch right now. And a lot of things you're going to be magnetizing a lot of good things. And part of this Magician energy is you, like, you've been moving slowly, but I do feel like you're finally moving, and where things all of a sudden start becoming easier, right? It's like, maybe before it's like, I always felt like I had to try so hard, or I had to work so hard, or it's like, no matter what I did, like things just didn't work out, or like, it's like just felt like more of striving. But things are going to start getting easier for you. And this is really divinely timed. Like, again, March is going to be a luckier month for you. And there's going to be something where you might receive some sort of recognition, rewards, but this is about success and victory here, the Six of Wands. So I do feel like there's some sort of success that you experience this month. And you're kind of flying high. Like you kind of felt like, oh yeah, like, again, maybe the last couple months have been kind of difficult, and something happens that you kind of feel, again, like the energies turning. Ace of Pentacles, right at the heart of your reading, definitely. So there is some sort of new door opening up, new opportunity, a new path. You could be going in a completely new direction. And the Chariot, look at that. There's your card. So you're on the right path here. So whatever you've been doing, you have been, really taking care of the seeds you planted, and they are about to blossom pretty big here. Things are going to move quick too. Three of Swords, that's been coming up a lot. Eight of Cups and Hanged Man. Okay. So this Three of Swords has been coming up a lot in March. And what's interesting is the other tarot channels I watch, I feel like someone else said the same thing. So I think this is like the light is finally being shown, like the light is being shown on these things within us that have, again, been holding us back, that have been blocking us, things that we've been kind of sad about in our lives that maybe we haven't experienced yet, or just sad about kind of how things have unfolded. This could be something that happened obviously in the past, or a pattern that's happened in the past. But I do feel like you're overcoming this. And there is a big shift in March that's really going to help you heal. But it's going to physically manifest in some new opportunity for you. And with the Eight of Cups, I feel like this is more with the Ace of Pentacles is more like you going for it. Like you're walking towards it here, right? Like you're going to take this opportunity. And it's going to take you somewhere. And you're kind of leaving behind the past and whatever the bad emotions, the bad feelings, the bad experiences, or the stagnancy, or whatever it is. You're kind of like, that's in the past now. I just feel like that's in the past. And it's about like seeing things in a new perspective. So to me right here, the Hanged Man's kind of gaining a new perspective about the past, why things happened the way they did or didn't work out. But it all kind of culminated to this month where I think you're going to start to really see, sometimes in life, it's like, well, maybe you'll look back at one point and maybe you don't understand why something's happening in the moment of it, especially when it's bad or it's, causes suffering or heartbreak, or if something ends and you're just like, I don't get it. But at some point in the future, usually does happen where you look back and say, oh, okay, now I see why that had to happen. And you gain a new feeling about it and perspective. And I think that's what happens this month for you. Exactly that. You're able to finally see that aha moment of like, oh, if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't be able to take this opportunity. Or maybe I would have taken a whole different path, right, if that didn't happen. So you do have the Three of Swords twice here. You have the Oracle card of heartbreak, and then you have the Three of Swords. So, yep, so the Lovers flew out. So it definitely has to do with a relationship that ended, and that maybe you still have some residual heartache. Maybe there's still some feelings there. But that's what the Three of Swords and the heartache is about. Let's see, what's the Ace of Pentacles? And the Ace of Pentacles could be this adventure opportunity. Queen of Swords. Yeah, something's really, woo, interesting. Queen and King of Swords. 10 of Wands. So there is some sort of dynamic here of two people. So this opportunity has something to do with a meeting of the minds between two. So maybe this is someone new. It could be, usually when you see the same Queen and King, right? So the King and Queen of Swords or Cups, when they come out together, you usually say, oh, this is like a perfect match. Sometimes with the King and Queen of Swords, though, they're not really exude that much romantic energy. So I do lean towards it could be, but I also feel like when these two come out together, sometimes it's just like, it doesn't have to be like romantic, but it can be coming together with someone who you just, you're on the same page, you have the same, it's like, it's just like kind of this meeting of the minds where like, oh, we have the same interests, and hey, we're both interested in going here, doing this. And it's like finally someone that you can, maybe it's just more of a very good friend, or somebody who gives you information or leads you down a path of adventure, right? So this could even be like Maybe you join a retreat or something, and it's like they're showing you a new way, and you're getting a lot of information and clarity from this that's really helping you move forward down a new path, and really seeing these two are really clear. Like they don't have any confusion. And it's like they're really seeing clearly. Again, to me, the Ten of Wands is again a completion of something. So you're closing out a cycle. You're completing some sort of difficult path or period that you've had in your life. And you're kind of like, you know what, I'm done carrying all this baggage. So someone is helping you let go of the baggage or cut yourself free of the baggage. And maybe you need them to help you to see what this baggage is, right? And that's maybe the inner work going on, or but it's just not serving you, right? Oh, I was grabbing one card, but I got the Ace of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So especially with these swords here, that's not a lot of emotion there, but then you got the Ace of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles. So this is big. This is really big. So you're going to be good. You're going to be good, Cancers. You may be contemplating something here about shifting what you are focusing your time and energy on, or in you know, it could also be investing in, but I definitely think someone's going to help you really see something and help direct you. They're really going to be a big kind of, it's almost like you're going along your path, and then, you know, it's when you meet someone that kind of really helps you see things in a new way. And it's almost like this person opens up this whole new path for you. So this is interesting. I don't know how that's going to unfold. I mean, it could be you know, a romantic, like, love coming in, but in general, like, I just feel like this person's really gonna, like, be like, this is opening up a whole new path for you, and this person's gonna help you do that, and you're gonna be going down a completely different path than you maybe saw yourself doing, and that's this new grand adventure here. All right, Cancers. Well, that was a fun. This is a good one. I'm really, you have a reading where sometimes the readings I'm like, I'd like people to come back and tell me what actually ended up happening, especially if it really aligns with this, because this is an interesting one, and I'd like to see how this all pans out for you guys. I am a Cancer moon, so I'll also let you guys know what comes out of March for me as well. So yeah, like I said, don't forget, like, don't just listen to your sun sign reading. Also take a look at your moon or rising or Venus sign, because that will also apply. All right, you guys have a great month. Don't forget, if you haven't yet subscribed, join the Lyran Soul Tribe, and that will also ensure you get notified when I post videos. Hit that bell, but make sure, because I've noticed when you hit the bell in the drop down, make sure to tap all. Otherwise, I've noticed sometimes when I do that for channels, I don't get all of their videos when it comes out. All right, I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.